have been moved. The service crews have left, and of course they are trying to pull everything down so that they can move on to something next that will be held here in Naivasha. That is after some interesting action that saw Toyota's Alvin Evans win yesterday, and it was his first Safari Rally win in since he started rallying. So he's the first Briton to win in 23 years, rather first Welshman to win in 23 years. And of course, we'll be waiting to see whether this year he's winning the WRC championships. Now, that is about, what is happening here at the service park. Everything has been brought down. And I want us to take a look at what happened yesterday, the action and the highlights from the three stages that we had as Alvin Evans cruised to victory at Hell's Gate.
Safari Rally Kenya's hostile environment has hazards around every corner, and getting to the end of Super Sunday with a few battle scars was inevitable.
Outbraked ourselves, massively outbraked ourselves. Turned it right. Okay, so let's assume he's gotten away with that, and we don't know he has. This big bangs, because the windscreen's covered in...
What is he
was just
here?
well offline. Boom!
Oh, it's something in the bushes at the side of the road there.
Yeah, but what was he doing off the road all the way to the left there?
Oh my goodness, I didn't realise he's lost his windscreen. Wow, this is going to be a wild ride. Goggles on.
Snorkel gone as well, completely, so he's got no choice.
All eyes were on Alvin Evans at the start of day 4. The Welshman was one of a few drivers to have made it through the rally without a major incident, holding an almost 2-minute advantage at the top of the leaderboard going into stage 17. The question was, would he risk everything for maximum Super Sunday points, or drive conservatively to consolidate an already dominant championship lead? Hyundai's Oyt Tanak was ready to pounce should the Welsh Dragon encounter mechanical problems or crack under pressure. The Estonian's early lead of the rally was hindered by a faulty drive shaft, but after dropping nearly 3 minutes behind Evans the previous day, Tanak had clawed back his deficit to just over 90 seconds by the penultimate stage. The fight for the final podium spot would have looked very different had Thierry Neuville not accrued 2 minutes of time penalties, or if Kalle Rovanperä hadn't retired his Toyota with mechanical problems during the morning loop. Instead, Neuville was focused on defending his third place from a charging Takamoto Katsuta. The Japanese driver was taking plenty of risks to close the gap to the Belgian, but his uncompromising driving would be his undoing on the Wolf Power stage.
There's no question Taka is going to be absolutely on it. I'm sure that will be very sideways!
Oh my goodness!
Just as I was saying that!
He's on his roof! Oh, Taka. Luckily, I mean, it's incredible. They've managed to find a couple of fans out there. Wow.
Sorry, PK. Yeah, they've got it back on the wheels, got momentum going.
It was really early on in the stage, Chenny. We hadn't even got to the 2 kilometre split point. It was so close to the start.
Taka can't lean on that at all, can he? So he's not trying whatsoever.
After retiring from both day 1 and day 2, Adrian Fourmeau sat out from Saturday's action to fix his attention on salvaging vital championship points from Super Sunday. With nothing to lose, the Frenchman was in full attack mode, going quickest on stage 19 and winning the Wolf Power stage to maximise his potential points tally from a difficult weekend. Despite a healthy buffer to Tanak in second, Evans still had to bring his Rally 1 Yaris to the finish intact and without incident. The Toyota driver stayed within touching distance of the front runners over the morning loop, and with his overall win all but secured, Evans backed off for the second pass of Osirengoni. A safe drive through the Wolf Power stage was all that was needed to take back-to-back WRC wins.
Into the final flying finish. He doesn't worry about the Wolf Power stage, but it is a first Safari victory.
Alvin Evans, Scott Martin, you are winners of what is, and no arguments here, the toughest rally on the World Rally Championship calendar.
I want to say thank you to everyone in Kenya for a very warm welcome. An amazing rally. I have to say a huge well done to the team. They did an amazing job, and I'm proud to be a very small part of the history of Toyota in this special rally.
So after a roller coaster Super Sunday, Evans wins his second rally in succession and takes Toyota's 5th Safari Rally Kenya victory in a row. Tanak and Nerville finished 2nd and 3rd, a superb result for Hyundai given the team's difficulties over the weekend. Sami Pyari's drama-free drive places him 4th ahead of a regretful Takamoto Katsuta in 5th.
Those are the highlights from what happened yesterday as Elfyn Evans emerged the winner of the 2025 edition of the Safari Rally. Now, aside from that, Jeremiah Wahome was the second best rated Kenyan driver at the rally behind Carl Tundo. Got a chance of speaking to him on the experience of finishing the rally and what he hopes to do next. Let's listen in.
It was really fun. Tough challenge. It was Friday, Saturday. Maybe today was not as tough, but really big challenge, especially stepping up to the next category. But we learned quickly, had a lot of support, enjoyed the ride. We had everything: mud, rain, dust, fesh. We just enjoyed ourselves. So looking forward to the next opportunity.
How would you say you compared yourself against the Rally 1 drivers?
Yeah, they're in a different category, but also got the chance to compare myself with like the top European drivers in the Rally 2, so the likes of Oliver and Gus. So it was good to see the times and the gaps closing down stage by stage. So for me, that was the biggest accomplishment and reference. So hopefully in future rallies, keep bringing that down. But I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of notes to learn in the future, and I'm looking forward for our next outing. I actually had a very interesting journey with sponsorship. This is all family sponsors, so big thanks to them. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to secure anything with our previous sponsors, but it made room to have a joint family effort. So hopefully I've shown what we can do, and hopefully for next.
Let's now move away from the rally. We get into some football action.